Discourse is one of the main parts of this workshop as it is linked to the positive narrative. Learners will make interpretations based on the details of the material used to create the artwork, the knowledge shared during the session, and in the final prototype. This exercise 4 has been already addressed in parallel to other sessions, particularly before exercise 3. However, it is important to provide a space to focalize on the discursive of the artwork at the end to set the basis of the work and to empower participants to be able to share the narrative in the best way possible. First of all, learners have to choose the central main question that will deploy all the narrative discourse. Then the central question must be limited to a specific context or subject. After that, learners search the information that answers to the question, and the learners write the narrative discourse. Finally, learners evaluate if the discourse is effective to transmit the meaning. In order to help the process of communication, a final activity could be suggested. Please consult the paper artwork and the art lesson of the SBAIL workshop. Trainers, with the help of learners, are requested to formulate a central question. This question is the main central idea that the artwork is facing or disseminating. In the French workshop, participants suggested the following question. It is important to limit the framework to facilitate a clear response. The project PALAR is implemented across the European Union. However, since this workshop was done in France, participants limit the context to France and particularly to the Ivry-sur-Seine community. Search for information that can help you to answer the central question. In the French workshop, participants obtain information from the country fiche produced by IFL Studio on the situation of the Roma community in France. They also share their experience that they had to provide testimonial. In this sense, the produces selected were the ones in blue. Step, the message that the participants want to convey with the artwork is defined. In the case of the workshop in France, the participants want to show the evolution that someone from the Roma community has had thanks to its inclusion in France. They want the spectator, when visiting the exhibition, to travel among the objects, identifying the stages that the Roma community has had to reach its inclusion. First stop in the journey is the traditional Roma style house. This house represents their identity. When they arrive in France, they seek for one to feel confident. The message is that despite the fact that Roma are looking for a decent house, as we all will do regardless of our identity, many of them have to stay in precarious places, but they do this for a better life, convinced that this is something transitory. The second stop in the journey is the dresses. The dresses and ornaments have been collected from recycle, one of the most usual economic activities of the Roma community in Ivry-sur-Seine. The dresses symbolize the first step to make their way in France. The third stop is at the Roma style lamp. This lamp symbolizes the skills and abilities that the Roma have to work with materials such as iron, copper, steel, and so on. It also symbolizes the efforts of the Roma community to integrate into society through work. Some members of the Roma community have found formal jobs in these fields in France. The bank is the last stop on the journey. This bench symbolizes the final stage for social inclusion of the Roma community in Ivry-sur-Seine. They offer this bench as a gratitude for the welcome that the citizens of Ivry-sur-Seine have given them. The design of the bank is two intertwined hearts and made from horseshoes. Presenting the objects as a journey symbolizes the journey that the participants have made to integrate into Ivry-sur-Seine. The objective is to show that the Roma community is interested in their integration and that for this there has been both professional and personal development.